30 days, 30 videos, the first daily uploads of 2021. Watch me do awesome things, like ruining a strategy in F1 2020. Returning to Overwatch for the first time in over a year.
I'm going to win!
Hell yeah, you gonna win. Continuing the building of Bretown and City Skyline.
We got one house chilling. That's nice.
Or, if you're interested, discussing a bit of music.
I love the cover of it. It's pretty cool.
But of course, above all that, we're having some fun. Because why not? It's NBCW's Wild June 21.
Hello and welcome to today's video. Today, I just want to put a little short thing out there. The announcement today of Jeff Gordon leaving Fox as a broadcaster, and just a little bit to that, I guess, my opinion on it. I've always been a fan of Fox's broadcast, and I think adding him in made it, it continued the broadcast being really good, and to see him leave is a bit disappointing. I mean, I think he's going to do great at Hendrick with what he's doing there. I think that, as a job, as a role, like of what he wants to do, being the vice chairman of Hendrick Motorsports, being second in line to the greatest NASCAR team ever, isn't a bad move. When you're the best driver that's ever been on the team, and in my opinion, the greatest driver that's ever been in the sport, to make that move to continue, your legacy in the sport and the team that you helped grow in the sport, I think is brilliant. Of course, already a part owner of the team, to take that step to being, the future owner, the future person in charge of it all, when Rick Hendrick, steps away from that role, I think is a brilliant move. I think for his career. I think overall for the broadcast, though, Fox is definitely going to be searching for somebody good to replace him. I think that they were in a spot where, you had that time where you went from your one great driver that they had with Darrell Waltrip to your next great driver with Jeff Gordon. I think that's what helped set Fox apart partially from NBC's broadcast. So I made a video just a few weeks ago. Having a great driver there, like an all-time legend, helps with that. When you look at the broadcast of what NBC has, their drivers combined don't equal the wins of Jeff Gordon. Don't equal the championships because they don't have any. And I think that that's what makes these broadcasts good, is when you have an all-time great driver in there who knows what it's like to be at the very, very top, winning all the time. And with him gone, there's no champions at all in announcing of the top, like the main broadcast. The only driver you have is Dale Jarrett doing partial analysis for NBC. Honestly, Fox getting Dale Jarrett, I'd be about that. I just thought of that just now. I was just like, bro, what if they replace Jeff Gordon with Dale Jarrett? It'd be wild. But that comes to the main point of, who do you replace Jeff Gordon with? How? How do you replace Jeff Gordon? You can't. But I think you're a few years away from getting a star current driver who's going to retire and go into announcing. I think you could see that with Kevin Harvick in a few years, but he's not interested in retiring anytime soon, is what he's continued to say. I think he's a top driver in that spot, though. I mean, you got Brad Keselowski, but he's a few years away as well. Those are like the two that, for me, I feel as current drivers do the best as announcing when it comes to like Xfinity or truck races or whatever. Trying to think of who Fox has that they could use. People are saying Jamie McMurray. I'm not about Jamie McMurray. His commentary doesn't do it for me. He's not that interesting. He doesn't provide anything for me. I think that I like Jeff Gordon and Clint Boyd together. I think that was great. Their 1 year together was awesome. The way they were going off each other with their jokes and just having fun. Jeff Gordon's continued roasting of Clint Boyer was amazing. Jeff Gordon got to a point where he was finally a little more comfortable with saying, the amount of races and championships he won in his stats. He wasn't really about that in his beginning of broadcasting, but this year he just went in on Clint Boyer. Clint Boyer's got like 10 race wins. Jeff Gordon had more in one season than Clint Boyer had his whole career. So he like went in on him, and it was just funny when they would go back and forth. And I'm personally gonna miss Jeff Gordon announcing. He's, for me, one of the top tier announcers, and again, fan of Fox's broadcast, and I always have been since I was little, so it's been my favorite one. So to see that lose a driver is unfortunate, but I'm sure they'll figure it out. Again, if I'm working for Fox, if I'm working for Fox Sports right now, and I was told, we're losing Jeff Gordon as announcer, I'm on the phone with Dale Jarrett right now. Trying to be a main announcer again? You trying to do this? Like, do you want to be a main broadcaster? Do you want to do partial analysis occasionally for NBC? That's what I would do if I'm there at Fox. I'm making those calls right now, 100%. But that's just me. Let me know down below what you think you want to see Fox do and what you think about Jeff Gordon's move.